Hey everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to try and walk you guys through how I made this Disney pinboard tote. What literally has a fabric tote box from the dollar store with a handle, Velcro clothes, so forth. Alright, so what you're going to need for this is your tote. So these ones were sold at the Dollarama in Canada. I believe they are 7 inches by 11 inches by 8 inches, I believe. Not 100% sure. Came in 3 different colors, that is. So we have the tote. Then you're going to need some styrofoam. And it's funny because my one client just got a package in the mail and it had this styrofoam around it. She had 4 of these, and when I cut it, it was literally the perfect size for this tote. And that's what kind of gave me the idea, because I was originally just going to throw my pins in here. And then when I saw the styrofoam, I was thinking, geez, that would be so much easier. And then it could be safe for all the pins. All right, so you're going to need styrofoam. You're going to need a tote. You're going to need the color of duct tape. I went with black. That's pretty much what you're going to wrap your edges with. So whatever color you decide you want your tote to be, hold on, making a noise, duct tape. So whatever color you decide you want the edges of your drawers to be is the color of duct tape that you would choose. You're going to need some glue. I happen to like this glue for the drawer handles because it just seems to really hold on weird surfaces. Then also you're going to be gluing the felt to the styrofoam. So I just actually used the white glue because there's going to be duct tape involved as well in holding it. So this is the white glue that I use for the styrofoam and felt glue. I guess you're going to need felt. So I went with white, and the reason why I went with white is recently Disney's been adding rubber elements to their pins, and any other color seems to rub off on the pins. However, if I had a rubber element pin, I'd likely still stick it in one of those little mini Ziplocs. Just poke the pin back through the back of the bag and you can still stick it on, and it would still be safe from transferring of any colors. You're also going to need corkboard. This is from the Dollarama in Canada. 2 sheets for $3. It's also found in the art aisle, I believe. And oh yes, something called washi tape, which is like a paper tape. I only chose it because of the color, and you can pick any tape you want. It's just for the edging, or you can go without tape at all. It's just for the edging of the corkboard. I just kind of thought it cleaned it up. Okay, so what your first step would be is probably best is to cut all of your pieces out. So cut your styrofoam not to fit, like you want about a 1/2 inch on either side, you see? And then, I don't know if you can see that, about almost 1 inch from the top. And there's a reason for that, and I'll let you know in a minute. So you're going to cut your styrofoam into however many pieces you need. This one's only going to fit 7 because I've put the backboards on these as well. Kind of took away one of them. Then what you're going to want to do is cut your corkboard, line it up. Now, I cut the ones that are going to be on the front a little smaller. I took like 1/2 inch off all the way around. I just kind of like the look. But what you're going to do for the backboard is literally draw and cut as many boards you have. That's how many pieces you need of the backboard. Now I would personally measure them all because sometimes they're just a little smaller, sometimes they're just a little bigger, it depends. Now because I have 7 of these, if I was going to put the same size corkboard on the bottom as I am on the top, you would then need 14 of these size corkboards. If not, then 7 and 7. And I'm going to show you the difference right now. This is my front corkboard, and compared to the white. Do you see? I like the edging on that. The back corkboard, I'm just going to grab this one here, pretty much disappears. See the difference? And I also tape them a little differently. So you're going to need however many of these. This is 1 inch thick. You're going to double that in corkboard faces. If you want smaller, then you need 7 smaller and 7 larger. For mine, because I have 7 of these styrofoam things. you're going to need felt. And when you cut your felt, I'm going to show you this. When you cut your felt, you want it literally to be touching both edges. See how that touches that edge? And then this one touches this edge? And you're going to cut those out, one per board. The reason why is because I'm going to put a button or something along the bottom here to seal it when it's in there. So that's why you want the same here as you are here. And this one's going to be covered shortly. I'll show you how. Okay, so I think I have everything that we need. Let's get to actually making it. So I'm just going to get this out of the shot. I'm going to put this one here. Okay, I'm sort of in an awkward spot to do this. I'm like MacGyvering a video thingy. All right, so with your duct tape, you literally want to start at what will be the top. I'm going to say this one here is going to be the top. Now you don't put that straight down on the duct tape, but in fact, you see that duct tape? You take what would be the top, but you put the side down right here, all the way down. So you have the equal amount on either side of the duct tape and just a little bit of a nub up here. And the reason why that is because you want it to be one continuous roll of duct tape and so forth. So literally all you do is you just duct tape around this whole entire thing. This is a one-take video, so you know I already have one done. Let me just put that to the side. Here it is done. Now, duct tape is a pain in the butt to work with. You've got to be careful with this one. If it folds on itself, it's garbage and you have to start over. So, once you've got it rimmed pretty much all the way around, you want to put a cut at every corner. And that just makes for the fold down to be a lot cleaner. Even at the top corner here, I have it, you see? So, but we're not going to seal it here yet, but we have to be careful when we're doing the folding because like I said, you don't want the duct tape to touch. So you just literally fold down the edges. I'm going to do it kind of fast because I just kind of want to show you guys. Mine would be a lot neater because obviously I would take a little more time and care into it, right? So we fold down all of the edges, including this one here. Now, let me just tell you briefly about this one. This was likely going to be covered, but I was very clear, like neat with my cutoff. I didn't really want all that extra just in case, but I just wanted to let you know that. I'm going to put the duct tape up here and hopefully it doesn't fold on itself. Your next step would be to take a bead of glue. This is the white glue, not as important as the handle glue. That one's a little bit more difficult. I'm almost out of glue, so it might just have to be a visual. Okay, so we're running a bead of glue along here twice, right? Then we're going to take our felt and we're going to line it up here right to the edge. Do you see that edge? Right there. Now, just pretend there's glue on this. My glue obviously is camera shy. You just smooth it down like that. Then you take your duct tape, which by the way, you want it to be a little longer than your edge because you want it to fold down and fold over and completely seal it. Just like that. Again, this is a little more rough than normal. And then you fold it down here. Now, you have made cuts here. See, you made the cuts here to make this a nice even fold down. But, right here, but you haven't cut here yet because you weren't sure how far you were going over. So what you want to do then is just go ahead and make that cut on both sides, right? And then you're going to fold down all of your pieces like so. And this is a bit wonky. Again, it's just for show. So it's going to go right across here. You're going to make it all even. It's going to stick there. You're going to fold it down in the back all the way across. Then you're going to lift this one up and you're going to fold this edge here in. Okay. So that's the first stage. Everything there is perfect. You can actually put your, let's do the knobs now. So for the knobs, we're going to use this glue, which is like crazy strong glue. You're literally going to put it, fill it, I'll show you. You're literally going to put the glue, stick this in there. Do you see that? You put the glue all up in there, make sure it gets all over it. And you pull it out. You line it up with this one in there, whatever one, because you want them to be even. So just seriously line them up with the next one when doing it. And you're going to just stick it in. through the 3 layers on both sides. Right? So now you, oops, sorry. So now you have that. So now that all the outside is done, you're going to lie it down. You're going to take your pre-made cork boards. Again, I liked the smaller look against the black. See, it kind of looks like a frame. I liked that, so I made it just a little smaller. You're going to take this cork board that you've cut, you've already taped. You're going to glue here along the edge of the duct tape. You see that? And then you're going to put your cork board down and push it. Now this is probably a 2-day thing because, well, you probably could do it all in one day, but it's better to take your time and let the stuff dry in between. So when you have the top one done, just fold it over like so, flip it over, and we're gonna take our bottom cork board, where is one, here, and the same thing, but this is where you're gonna glue again all along the duct tape edges here, and you're going to take this bottom cork board, and it's going to line up perfectly with the one you cut out. Do you see what I mean? So you could actually have your front look exactly like this, where mine has a little black edge around it, the color of the duct tape. You could actually have it look like this. Just cut 14 exact same size ones out. If not, take, you know, 1/2 inch off of the edge of all 4 cuts, and then you'll have the smaller one for the inside. So when this is all done and glued, you're just gonna wait for it to glue. It's pretty much done. Now the only thing that's missing here is the fastener. So I wasn't sure how I was going to do this. It was pretty tricky. I wasn't sure if I was going to go with the same kind of button on the bottom, you know, just make it so that it sticks on the bottom right here, and then you cut the hole and it slides in. But then I thought it's too bulky. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be so weird, I'm actually making a fairy garden. So I don't have any buttons handy, but I have the button I made for the fairy garden handy. So visualize with me if you can. What you're going to do is string wire through the 4. You can cross it. It will look kind of nice if you cross it. So once you've strung it through all 4, you flip it over, you take the 2 edges of the wires and you twist it so that it's just a little sticking up, and it kind of makes a pointy needle. Now this wire that you use, it could be like beading wire or any type of wire, honestly, but you know, the twist ties from the garbage bags. Whatever you use is not going to be strong enough to penetrate the duct tape on the bottom. So what I would do is probably use one of your tacks, poke a hole and take it out, and then put the really good glue in that hole, and then you stick the wire in. But you want to leave just a little bit of room for the button so that the button sticks up a little bit. It's not completely flush to the bottom here. Because when you're done, what you're going to do is, again, apologize, is rough, make a little slit, and I would probably slice this way, not this way, because you want a lot of room between the felt, right? So just a little slit this way, and then you can literally slide it over your button, and your button will pop through, and it will hold it down so that whenever your drawers are in there, this isn't flying up and down. See what I mean? So then ultimately at the end, when you've done them all, now these guys do not have buttons yet because I haven't found the ones I want, but when you're done, you can literally use these handles. See, they're very strong with that glue. Like, look at, you can use these handles to pull your drawer out, and you just open it up and you show your pins. I have, where are they? Here's one. This is one with the front and the back. So here is my trader pins, right? And then they're also on the back. And because it's cork, does not fall out. Now, you always, when storing your pins, want to make sure that the fabric is right here, the felt is, you know, sort of butting up against the pins. Never pin on pin. Don't ever put these two like this, because then you'll just damage your pins. And it also actually makes it look nice. See, it almost makes it look like a chest of drawers. But again, I left this brown because I like the separation. You could easily paint it, whatever. So if you're part of my Facebook group, PM me if you have any questions. If you're part of YouTube, comment if you have any questions. I tried to do it quick and easy, and I'm sorry about the rough drawer, but you see the end result. Like, they're actually quite nice.